In a recent press release, the most important industry association for the automotive industry in Germany, the VDA, has significantly reduced its growth forecast for the German automotive industry. In view of the war in Ukraine, the explosion in energy costs, and ongoing supply chain problems, the forecast for 2020 is much more pessimistic. Although the orders are actually very high, the industry in Germany and Europe has had to massively scale back its growth targets for 2020. For example, new car sales in Germany are expected to grow only slightly, while stagnation is forecasted for Europe and even a decline in new car sales in China. The reasons for the setbacks in almost all markets are obvious: Russia's war on Ukraine, the considerable logistic problems, the unchanged serious shortages of semiconductors and raw materials, the price increases for electricity, gas, and fuel supplies, and now also the interest rate turnaround in the United States, which in combination with rising inflation means higher financing costs for consumers. These factors are not supportive for the purchase of expensive goods like cars. For the German market, the association is reducing its forecast for 2020 from plus 5% to plus 3%, which would correspond to around 2.7 million new vehicles in 2020. The order situation remains very good, with the order backlog in Germany even at an all-time high. In Europe, the market is expected to flatline at 11.8 million cars this year in view of the delivery difficulties. Previously, it had expected an increase of 3% over the previous year. In China, a decline of 2% to 20.7 million passenger cars is expected for the full year 2020. Previously, growth of 2% had been expected. Finally, worldwide, the volume of the current year is expected to be 70.2 million units, what is down 1%. Previously, slight growth of 1% was expected. The market volume of the pre-corona year 2019 is likely to be undercut by 13% with the new figures, and the volume of the record year 2017 by as much as 17%. Germany and Europe need an active policy regarding raw materials and more energy partnerships, and dependencies must be further reduced. Germany and the EU have to further intensify their cooperation with other countries, and Germany urgently needs some reforms like a reduction in energy costs, an internationally competitive tax system, less bureaucracy, and faster and more effective planning and approval processes.